Hey guys, since I am not here and I've gotten a couple emails about the story problems on 7.3, I'm going to work on the problems on the 7.3 homework, show you how to set them up and how to solve them, and hopefully this will answer some of your questions. Always feel free to reach out, especially because I'm at home and I want to make sure you understand what's going on. So, the first question on your 7.3 homework, that's a story question or story problem question, is on number 11, and it's talking about dimes and quarters being worth an amount of money and how many coins there are in all. So, to set this up first, you have to remember that dimes are worth 10 cents. So, we're going to do 0.1D, meaning that's how much it's worth, plus 0.25Q, because that's how much it's worth, is equal to the amount of money that it told us in the story problem. The second equation that we're going to use is how many coins there are in all. So then we're just going to do D plus Q is equal to 103. Now at this point you have your two equations and you can just solve for one or the other. So if we are going to go ahead and solve this for dimes, I can minus Q from both sides. And I end up with my second equation being D equals 103 minus Q, which I can then take this and plug it back in for this D so that I can solve my system. So we can go ahead and do 0.1 and then parentheses to plug in our other equation, plus 0.25Q equals 1525. And at that point, you should be able to distribute, combine like terms, and solve for Q. Then once you have your value for Q, you can go ahead and plug it into this equation right here to solve for D. So hopefully that helps you know how to set it up. If you have further questions on how to solve it at that point, feel free to reach out to me. The second equation, I totally understand how you're confused on this one. It reads a little weird. It's not too bad, though. So this one, we see that we have an equation right here, and we have an equation right here. So the height of the baseball in meters at time t is modeled by this first equation right here. Then a boy shoots at the baseball. Oh, it's a baseball. Sorry, guys. So the first equation is about a baseball. Then a boy shoots at the baseball with the paintball gun, and it gives you that equation right here. It wants to know if they're going to hit. So see how we have an H equals here and an H equals here. So these are the ones where you set them equal to each other. So you're just going to do 3t plus 3. Right? That's right. Equals negative 5t squared plus 20t plus 15. And then we just want to go ahead and make the left side 0. Or you can make the right side 0. Honestly, it doesn't matter. This is just the shorter side. And then I'm going to minus 3 to that. And so I end up with 0 equals negative 5t plus 17t plus 12. Now, there's not a GCF. That one's big to factor. If it was me, I would go ahead and this is how I would solve it, is throw it into quadratic equation. And then don't forget that's the quadratic equation is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and I would just go ahead and plug all those numbers in. So we end up with negative 17 plus or minus 17 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times 12 all over 2 times negative 5. And then just go ahead and plug those numbers in. It's going to give you a positive result and a negative result. Obviously, we don't have negative height, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or negative time either way. If you're struggling with the accuracy quiz on this, don't forget that when we're in a story problem, we don't want them as an ordered pair. We want them as an answer. So will the paintball hit the basketball? You're going to answer that one yes or no. If so, when? So that would be the time. So does it hit at 13 seconds or 15 seconds or 12 seconds? That's what you're going to plug it in there after you've solved it. And at what height is when you plug in the t that you found, you get a h. I would plug it into this equation, this second one. That one's a little easier, but don't forget to label it. This one tells you that it's in meters. So that should hopefully help you set up and solve those two equations. Again, go ahead and reach out to me anytime if you're struggling with this, but I hope this video helps.